Prince William has opened up about Kate's cancer battle and how the couple navigated that difficult time with their 3 children.
But it's been really eye-opening for us as well, seeing just how much this issue of mental health is really brimming under the surface of public consciousness. It's like if I equate it to like a boiling pan of soup or whatever, the lid on. We've just effectively just taken the lid off, and people are just taking the challenge on, the baton on, and saying, yeah, you know what, it's I know someone, or I know this, or I've been through this myself.
Prince William said that he and Kate tried to be as open as possible for George, Charlotte and Louis. He said, as a parent, it's a balancing act and sometimes you just have to go with instinct, and the royals wanted to help their children navigate their emotions.
William has not undertaken any of the kind of more traditional sovereign duties because he hasn't wanted to outshine the king. And the 2 men are in lockstep more than ever they've been before.
Stop what you're doing, because the Prince and Princess of Wales just rolled out a wave of updates that could quietly change how the British monarchy works. Kate Middleton is back looking stronger, sharper, and more influential than ever. Prince William is moving different too, taking on a bigger role in ways a lot of people did not expect. A new home, major royal responsibilities, a fresh push to support Britain, and even a rare honor not seen in more than a century. The Wales family is making serious moves, and this next chapter is getting real. Let's get into it from the start, with the person right at the center of it all, Princess Catherine, better known as Kate Middleton. She has pulled off one of the most talked about comebacks in recent royal history. In March 2024, Kate released a video that stunned people everywhere. In it, she revealed that she had cancer. Welcome to Crown Aura, where royal drama gets broken down piece by piece. And trust me, you do not want to miss what unfolds next. Subscribe now and stay with the channel for the latest twists, major claims, and non-stop royal updates. It was a deeply personal moment and showed a side of her the public does not often see. The palace kept her condition private during the early part of her treatment, and during her absence, nasty rumors started flying. Even with all that noise, Kate and Prince William kept their focus on their family instead of feeding the media storm.
I mean, personally, huge thanks to people like Adele and everyone else who've taken on the baton of raising awareness for mental health and for Heads Together particularly. We've had an amazing time promoting mental health and particularly with the Heads Together sort of campaign.
By January 2026, the mood had shifted completely. On January 8th, just one day before her 44th birthday, Kate surprised the public by joining Prince William at a London hospital. They were there to meet healthcare workers through their support of NHS charities, and the visit felt truly personal. During the visit, Kate spoke with a volunteer who helps cancer patients through chemotherapy. When the volunteer mentioned those long, draining hours, Kate answered, "I know." Those 2 words hit hard. She was not just showing up for a royal appearance. She was speaking from real experience. People felt that right away. And William later said their time in the hospital gave them a much deeper respect for healthcare workers. His words sounded less like a polished royal line and more like a husband backing his wife through a hard season. That is a big reason Kate's return feels different. This is not just a personal win, it is a careful and confident step back into public life, with Kate sharing her story her own way. Royal watchers say she now brings a fresh kind of authority to the role of Princess of Wales. Her experience with illness and recovery gives her a real connection with people that no royal training could ever fake. Now there is another major shift happening, and it is a serious one.
William and Kate are arguably much better placed to address that issue if you're willing to embrace and accept the fact that they do outshine Charles.
Starting in spring 2026, William and Kate are expected to take on the role of granting royal warrants. That means they can officially recognize businesses that have supplied goods or services to the royal household for at least 5 of the past 7 years. In the UK, a royal warrant is a huge stamp of approval. It lets a company use the royal arms in its branding for up to 5 years, and that kind of backing can open doors that regular advertising simply cannot. This is especially historic for Kate. She is set to become the first Princess of Wales in 115 years to hand out this honor. The last woman to do it was Mary of Teck, Queen Elizabeth II's grandmother, back in 1910. That is a massive gap, stretching across 2 world wars and huge social change. So this is not some small palace update. It is a real piece of royal history being revived.
Well, I think it's reality, and the monarchy can choose to embrace that reality and try to make an asset out of it and use William and Kate as the kind of royal superstars that they are. Or we can all just deny reality and say that, the king's not outshining.
Kate's support could seriously lift the profile of whatever companies get picked, especially because her style influence is already so strong. People are already buzzing about which brands could make the cut, from classic British heritage names to artisan makers and sustainable fashion labels. King Charles approved the change in July, and the Royal Warrant Holders Association has confirmed that both William and Kate can now grant warrants. That matters, because while the spouse of a reigning monarch often has this power, it is unusual for the Prince of Wales's partner to get it too. Charles is sending a clear message. William and Kate are being prepared for bigger responsibilities, and this move is far from symbolic. It signals a real shift in power, and their new long-term home says a lot about where William and Kate are headed next. If you want to understand their future plans, look at where they have chosen to live. That decision speaks loudly.
I felt very, very privileged. Yeah, we're both actually quite keen on box sets. So yeah, we're a bit box setty. When we get times in the evenings to watch
kiddies are in
films.
bed.
They are now officially based at Fort Belvedere, an 8-bedroom Georgian-style home in Windsor Great Park. The property is around 328 years old, belongs to King Charles III, and has been valued at as much as £16 million. Kensington Palace confirmed the move, and it happened sooner than many expected. What really got people talking, though, was what came next. As a thank you to the Qatar builders and staff who worked on the house, William and Kate reportedly threw a surprise pub party. They invited the people who helped on the home to celebrate at a pub in Windsor, and even joined in serving drinks and food. That says a lot about how they want to live. They do not seem interested in stiff, royal distance. They are clearly trying to build a more grounded, people-first image, instead of leaning on old-school palace formality like before at Adelaide Cottage. They also are not planning for live-in staff, which adds to that low-key family approach. Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis are expected to keep living as normally as possible, with school runs, homework, and weekend sports still part of daily life. The home also includes a private lake, something Kate is said to love because she enjoys cold water swimming. She once said, "I love cold swimming." And William has added, "You feel great afterwards."
Yeah, it's just a case of trying to get people to have a conversation and realise that emotions are not a bad thing. We've all got emotions and we need to speak about them.
Talk about them.
Kate has also reportedly started putting her own stamp on the place and was seen choosing a large 24-seat dining table from an antique shop, perfect for big family gatherings. This house looks built for family memories, but it also feels like a quiet step toward the future. Instead of following the old path of living full-time at Buckingham Palace, William and Kate seem to be shaping royal life their own way. Their choice shows they want to shape a monarchy built around family, nature, and real British life. And sometimes the biggest royal messages are not spoken at all. They are staged through presence. Just showing up at the right moment can say everything, especially when the institution is under pressure. That is exactly why William and Kate's surprise appearance at the 2026 BAFTA ceremony at London's Royal Festival Hall turned so many heads. Their attendance was not listed on the official schedule, which made it hit even harder. It came during a rough stretch for the royal family, after heavy media attention tied to Prince Andrew. The monarchy was facing another wave of scrutiny. Cameras were everywhere, and old controversies were suddenly back in the spotlight. Then William and Kate stepped onto the red carpet, not because they were forced to, but because they chose to be seen. That mattered. Their appearance gave off calm, control, and stability at a moment when the royal family badly needed it. While headlines were locked on scandal, the Prince and Princess of Wales leaned into visibility and tradition. BAFTA stopped feeling like just a film event and started looking like a quiet show of royal resilience. Kate's presence meant even more because it marked her return to the ceremony after time away from medical recovery.
I'm not that familiar with it, I have to say, back home, but I'll answer to most things.
She wore a flowing pink ombre Gucci gown she had worn before, paired with a burgundy handbag and soft waves in her hair. William wore a plum velvet jacket, and together they looked polished and fully in sync. Inside the venue, they chatted easily with nominees and filmmakers. William even admitted he had not seen Hamnet, one of the year's most talked about films, because he had not had much quiet time. It was a simple comment, but very human. People who follow royal history will likely look back at this BAFTA moment closely. It showed William and Kate stepping forward as figures ready for both celebration and pressure. And that fits with a bigger theme taking shape in 2026. They are putting more energy into spotlighting British success stories and recognizing local people making a real difference. According to The Telegraph, William and Kate plan to spotlight the best of Britain by highlighting British businesses, creativity, practical skills, and overlooked community heroes in at least one engagement every month. A palace source said it matters to them that these people get proper attention.
Crucially, nor would William and Kate want to be outshining the King and Queen. It's a team game, Harry and Meghan. It is a team game to support the monarch. And I think it's been very interesting that while Charles has not been able to meet the public, and it's great that he's back, and hopefully we'll see him on Wednesday at Buckingham Palace garden party.
That goal lines up with the causes they are already pushing, including William's Homewards project on homelessness, his Earthshot Prize for environmental solutions, and Kate's work through the Center for Early Childhood. The Earthshot Prize stands out in a big way. In 2025, it raised £23.9 million to support environmental projects around the world. William and Kate have also backed a new mental health hub run by the Jack Leslie Foundation. On top of that, they teamed up with Olympic champion Tom Dean, MBE, to help deliver swimming lessons to underserved communities. None of this looks random. It all points to a more modern royal approach, one built on action, visibility, and real links to everyday life instead of just ceremony. That wider mission is becoming even clearer in 2026. While Kate has played a key emotional role in the Wales story, William has been stepping deeper into serious diplomatic work as heir to the throne.
But they're quite, I mean, some of them are really good, but you have to pretend you're really interested in it because George gets very upset if you're not showing due diligence to the characters.
Kensington Palace announced that Prince William visited Saudi Arabia from Monday, February 9th to Wednesday, February 11th. It was his first official visit to the country, and the palace said the trip came at the request of the British government. The visit also matched a larger moment in UK-Saudi relations, with both countries marking stronger trade, energy, and investment ties, along with nearly a century of diplomatic relations. The last senior royal to make an official visit to Riyadh was his father, King Charles III, back in February 2014. More than a decade later, William is now stepping into a similar role, representing not only the monarchy, but also wider British interests abroad. That is a major signal about where things are heading. Saudi Arabia is not just another trade partner. The relationship is sensitive, high stakes, and calls for careful judgment, maturity, and the steady presence expected of a future king. The fact that the British government requested William's visit says a lot. He is no longer being seen only as the future monarch. He is already being used as an active part of British state affairs.
You know, in 7 years' time, they might be at university and they might start, we might seeing them a bit more in kind of, the public arena, although Kate and William are very good at, bringing their children to things.
While William was away on that major trip, Kate kept moving with her own packed schedule. She visited Wakefield Trinity Rugby League Club in her role as patron of the Rugby Football League. That is what makes the Wales partnership stand out. It is not just one person backing the other. It feels like a tight, coordinated team working in sync. Step back and look at the full picture for a second. William and Kate are not just carrying out royal duties, they are reshaping what the British monarchy looks like right now. Kate is a princess who went through cancer treatment and later used that experience to connect with the people she meets. William is handling international diplomacy, supporting environmental work, tackling homelessness, and still helping raise 3 children in a home without live-in staff. Instead of shutting themselves away behind palace walls, they even reportedly thanked the people who renovated their home with a relaxed celebration. And as heir to the throne, William faces a different level of pressure. He is not just another royal figure. He is being watched as the future of the monarchy itself.
Social media and all this technology is fantastic and it's great fun and it's a great way to communicate. However, that face-to-face contact is still really important for families and for friends. And living a life online it can be quite dangerous at times if you spend far too long at night looking at your phone and not getting enough sleep.
At a time when trust in old institutions is weaker and global relationships feel more fragile, the monarchy has to look relevant and grounded. The move to their new home, the royal warrants, the BAFTA appearance, the hospital visit, the Saudi Arabia trip, and the Best of Britain campaign all seem to fit into one bigger strategy, a carefully shaped plan to modernize the crown without making a loud show of it. Each of these moves points to the kind of monarchy King William and Queen Catherine could one day lead.
I met one young mother who said it was like, for her, it was like medicine, and it just shows you sort of in moments like that actually how powerful just talking to people can be.
Their home stands for resilience, privacy, and a calmer, healthier family life. It also reflects a bigger goal, showing steady leadership to a country that still looks to them for reassurance in uncertain times. One insider reportedly put it plainly, they are not just moving up, they are moving into a more real phase of life. And that is the heart of it. William and Kate are no longer being viewed only as future heirs, but as active leaders right now. If 2026 is any sign, they are only gaining momentum. From Kate's powerful return to major new influence, from their Windsor home to headline-making public appearances, this couple keeps changing the royal playbook with every step they take. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, share, and drop a comment below. Tell me which moment surprised you most, because I read the comments and want to hear your take. See you in the next one.